Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the stream. With me today is Drew Epstein. He is local to me, and he is an Alpha 40 player and another old school Magic player. Appreciate everybody joining the stream, and we are going to be playing some. We'll be featuring, the finals of the Alpha 40 League today between Steve Menendian and Joel Mick. Say hi, Drew.
Hello, hello.
All right.
Thanks for having me, Rich.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming over.
Absolutely. Couldn't miss this.
Yeah, one quick thing that I wanted to go for those who are not familiar with Alpha 40. All right. So with the league rule set, obviously being Alpha 40, you only use Alpha cards. And then when it comes to deck construction, there's a handful of things that are a little bit different, where there are some different groups. So like you see on the screen right now, we've got our fast mana group, and you can only choose one card from that group. And then next we've got the power group. You can only choose one card from that group, one card from the draw group, one card from the destruction group.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got a bunch of cards that are restricted.
Right.
And
restricted is just one of.
Yeah, just a single of. And there is no Volcanic Island in Alpha 40 because there is no Volcanic Island in Alpha.
Right.
So that's why it is not on the list. All right, moderated list. That means you can only play 3 of anything on this list. And it's just, again, too many of these cards can make the games unbalanced. And then a ban list are the anti-cards and Mind Twist.
Mm-hmm.
So we want there to be some fun games. I'm hoping that
Definitely.
everybody enjoys what we've got going on today. All right, and then we're going to bring you in. Joel, Steven, I appreciate both of you joining this, and I'm happy to have you on here, and thank you for allowing us to stream this match tonight.
Definitely. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you for streaming us, Rich.
All right.
Hope we can provide some good magic.
All right. I know you guys rolled. I didn't see who rolled first. Who rolled higher? So okay, Joel rolled higher. Okay.
Yep.
So one quick thing with Alpha 40, so that everybody is aware, is that the player who goes first also draws first. So gentlemen, I'm going to mute my mic. You guys have a great day. Have some good matches, and I'm hoping that we have some fun here.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks.
Mulligans are all land or no land mulligans only. There are no sideboards, and cards are played as written.
Correct.
So that may or may not come into effect. Now, there are a lot of
Okay,
cards
I have lands
in
and spells.
Alpha that they don't have the same writing as what we
Later
have
printings,
now.
yeah.
Yeah, so...
Right, so
Okay,
definitely a lot of
I'll
quirkiness in
draw.
Alpha 40. The idea is to
and I'll play a forest
try and play it as closely to the original
and an
1983
elf,
rules
and
as
I'll
possible.
pass.
And so with that, you got some quirky things. Original wordings, no Oracle text being used.
What's going on here?
Both of them started off with forest into an elf. So we'll show you the decks in a little while.
Forest.
But, you guys are definitely in for a treat when it comes to these decks.
Attack for 1.
19.
All right, we have first blood.
Elf. Elf.
Oh my!
All the elves.
Cat.
Pretty aggressive start here by Joel.
Cards in hand?
I have 4.
Yeah, drawing first while on the play is one
It's a huge advantage.
Two
one
elves,
huge
huh?
advantage. I remember those rules back in the day. It was pretty ridiculous.
With the mulligans being what they are, it definitely adds a lot of variance into Alpha 40. Not being able to tailor your hands.
I'll attack you with this elf.
And so you'll find that some decks that you wouldn't think would be able to beat other decks can actually beat other decks with those.
Sure, I'll take 1. Or I will not block.
Got it.
Yeah, take 1.
Oh,
Go ahead.
What is this?
He
Is
matches the play.
this some sort of mirror?
Are we
match
both
have
playing the
going
same
on?
deck? Gross.
Wow. So
Okay, I'll draw.
I was really excited about this match, Rich. I mean, because these guys, this is like two legends of the games here. I mean, Stephen Menendian, he's got a lot of. He's pretty well known from vintage circles. I guess what legacy circles, right?
Right, vintage. He plays a lot of vintage.
A lot of vintage, competitive
and
vintage.
a lot of old school as well.
Writes a lot of articles, does a lot of content.
Mm-hmm.
And then Joel Mick, for those who don't know, he was one of the original play testers of the game Magic before it was released, and has significant credits in some of the early sets.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, two big names playing right now, and we've got.
I'll go to combat.
For people who aren't aware, Alpha 40 isn't like
just one.
You know, the fabled Type 1 days or vintage, where it's games that are over in 12 seconds. They can be, but more often than not, just like in old school Magic, the games take some time in order to develop.
Sure.
I'll pass.
And that's where some of that kind of dynamic format design kind of comes in with the tiers of restrictions, so that you don't get as many turn. You don't get.
You have 3 cards in hand or 4?
I have 4.
Really generally.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's kind of hard to see.
Woot woot. Seraphim87 with the Prime sub, please. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
I'll kill 2 elves with 2 fireballs.
Shooting 2 elves. Oh, wow.
Oh, 1 fireball split up twice.
Yep.
Pretty solid move there to try to get some board advantage.
Attack.
No blocks.
Okay, go ahead.
So I'll take 1.
He doesn't need another red. Fireball is red, X, and 1 additional mana for each additional target.
That's right.
So for 4 mana, it's 2 mana to split up X, 1 mana for the second target, and then 1 mana for red. So that's how the fireball would work.
Right, it's just the initial red, and then it's all colorless thereafter.
I'll attack for 1.
18.
Oh, one thing that we didn't touch on with the restriction list is that anything that wasn't on those lists is unlimited.
Yeah.
So you can have 12 Land of War Elves in your deck if you'd like.
Yeah, and that's the reason that you see so many Land of War Elves on the battlefield. It wasn't that they drew, their own copies of Land of War Elves. Again, to go back to the Alpha rule book, there were no restrictions. But for the League, they put some restrictions on things so that we could have, some nice gameplay.
Right. A little more interaction, a little more balance, but also to help kind of emulate what
I'll
the original
discard.
environment was like, where you couldn't necessarily always get just
go ahead.
unlimited copies of something like Lightning Bolt. Even if you were able to acquire the cards, which they were sold out everywhere, nobody was trading those to you.
Right.
So
cards in hand.
4
it
now.
Simulates that experience as well, having some restrictions in place.
Right.
Now, Disrupting Scepter is a pretty interesting play. I found that against really aggressive decks, it's not as good because once you empty your hand, it's sort of dead.
Right, but you can still control the board with it, controlling the board can end up being pretty favorable.
I'll attack for 1
for Steven in this situation.
17.
Definitely. Yeah, because any cards
Play an elf.
Sure.
And I'll pass.
Or Joel has a chance to play them.
Cards in hand.
3.
It's going to make a big difference.
Mm-hmm. And correct me if I'm wrong, but since Mind Twist is gone, there would be no other ways to make people discard cards, right?
Well, you have Hypnotic Spectre.
I'll discard an elf.
But they are
Lots of
moderated
elves.
at 3, so you can only have 3 of those.
Obviously, based on the colors that we see right now, we're not going to say
Actually, wouldn't
Hypnotic
that-
I don't think so. No, not in this match.
Okay. I'll go to 17.
Go ahead.
Pretty interesting history with Disrupting Scepter, actually.
I'll go to combat.
Sure.
Let's see
Block.
what Joel does.
1.
Oh, giant growth. The elf that you blocked,
Okay.
Ooh, interesting.
and I'll berserk it,
Okay.
and I'll berserk it.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
So
So that's going to make it.
you take 15
Four.
trample damage plus 1 from the unblocked elf.
8, 16,
Okay.
15,
You go to 1?
16.
Yep.
Yeah. That is a lot of damage.
You have no cards in hand, right?
No cards in
All
hand.
I just want to double check the
a
math.
lot
So
of play.
it's 3
And that's how it
doubled.
goes.
Is
This is why
it's
Berserk
No,
moderated.
it's
from the
4.
4 power.
Four.
It's doubled. It's doubled to
You only have
16.
3 in your
I
deck
think
of
15.
Berserk.
That's right. Yep.
All right, go ahead.
That was huge.
That was very huge.
That was huge. Okay, so now that Disrupting
You have no
Scepter
cards
isn't
in hand,
doing
right?
anything,
0 cards.
Joel's got no
All right.
cards.
You're up.
Steven's got to be careful here. Being at 1 life.
Yeah.
Combat.
Block.
Giant
Oh.
growth.
Giant growth. Well, it
Okay,
saves his
okay.
creature. At least it
I
wasn't.
was wondering if it was going to be a Berserk.
Berserk
to
number
make it,
3 would have been.
Yeah, Berserk
yeah.
to make it a 2/2 trample win the game.
What does he got?
Juggernaut.
Jugs.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
But that's not bad.
There's only 1 Berserk left in Joel's deck, so
Elf?
obviously
Yeah,
Berserk
Seems good.
can win him the game
Right.
at almost any point in time.
Juggernaut has to attack every turn, but Joel has the life,
Attack.
so he
No blocks.
He can take it. And that's one less blocker that
I have you
Steven
now
has.
at 12.
Okay.
Steven needs to put down 2 blockers or play another fireball here,
Yeah, I
and he's
think
playing
so.
another
Icy?
fireball. Or no,
Yep.
Icy.
icy. Okay.
Hmm.
Sweet alpha icy manipulator.
ahead.
No
In
reminder
your
text
upkeep,
there.
I'll tap one of the elves.
Yeah, okay, he's going to tap an elf. But he's got no blockers, so...
I'll move to combat.
Sure.
Swing with the elf.
Yeah, I don't have a blocker. I'm at
Oh,
1, right?
all right.
Okay.
All right.
So that's going to take us over to game number 2.
Yeah. So Joel takes that first one.
So at least we're not on exactly the same deck.
2 slight
That's good.
variations here. So as I was saying before, Disrupting Scepter, in the first Wizards tournament that they ran over in Sweden, the ruling on Wizards
Yeah, you're
tournament
playing mono green.
for Disrupting Scepter was
Yes.
because it says discard a card.
You're the one who channel
They were
fireball
actually
me.
playing it as you would have to remove cards from the battlefield.
Right. Yeah. So during in the alpha set,
If I had
some
known
of-
I was
some
going
of
to
that
throw
carried
a
over to
fireball,
beta,
I would
right?
not have
That
exchanged
there
elves
was
at that one point.
some ambiguity between how
Yeah, you
the
would've
this
3 for
card
1'd
was
me.
used.
Correct.
Yes.
And that was the reason that
And mainly in Europe,
My next card was
they
a-
say, "Oh, discard."
next card was
doesn't
another
to
fireball.
throw it away,
correct.
and so that
Well,
was a
I
very, very
didn't
strong
play
strategy
optimally
in the first
against-
Wizards tournament.
Your deck either.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what I was against, so I was.
Now, for those who don't know,
It was pretty symmetrical for a while.
Steven Menendian
Yeah.
Actually,
won
the deck I was going to play
the
next
second
month
Wizards
was going to be
tournament,
mono green.
last year.
But I probably
Yeah,
won't be playing
yeah,
mono
It was a
green.
mono blue deck,
So I
right?
can
It was
compare my
it was,
mono green deck
the
against yours
blue,
later on.
I believe it was the blue vice deck,
Yeah.
which was the turn 1 because Wizards tournament is no restrictions, so it was basically lots of moxes and ancestrals and
That's pretty cool,
black
though.
Ices, and you
Pretty
just
cool
make them
to
draw a
see
bunch of cards. And
2 heavy green decks in the
turn 2.
final.
Sure. Makes sense.
Yeah, who would have guessed?
All right. Well, while they're shuffling up, everybody, I appreciate everybody who has joined the stream.
Elves are pretty good.
This is a pretty
I
good match
think
so
Llanowar
far.
Elf is one of the top
Please
5
make
features
sure
in the
that
format.
you follow and
Except that
my
it's
regularly
green.
scheduled stream is Tuesday
No, it's
night at
still
8
one of the
p.m.
top
Eastern.
5.
I play 3 rounds of Old School Magic. It's with the Northern Paladins as part of the Tuesday night gauntlet. So please come watch some Old School Magic, and we can do some things.
Really great group of guys.
All right, I will play.
All right, good luck. I'm sorry my play area is so dark otherwise I have a lot of glare. Are you able
That's
to
fine.
see okay?
As
Or?
long as I can see the cards, that's fine.
Okay.
And you just never know what you're going to get with these matches. I mean, I've had Alpha 40 matches with the league rules that have gone on for an hour and a half.
I'm compelled to keep this.
And then you have some matches.
should
that go
reset
on
our life
20
total,
minutes.
Joel.
It just
Yeah.
depends. There's a lot of variance, and it depends on the decks. And, you can just get blown out or blow someone out.
Good if I knew how to
or
do
it can be
that.
A lot
There
of
we
back and
go.
forth interaction.
Yeah.
And get very grindy.
I'm
And
keeping
you
mine
saw
also.
that game.
Okay,
I mean, that
ready?
game took a good 13, 14 minutes, and it was.
Oh, I draw. I
Yeah.
always forget that.
He forgot that he gets to draw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But and
Go ahead.
Does it happen quite frequently where in Alpha 40 that if you draw first, you have such an advantage that,
Forest.
chances are you're going to
pass.
win?
You know, with
How many
the
elves you run?
mulligan being what it is, it really depends because you could.
I'll tell you
could have
afterwards.
a pretty crummy
Okay.
hand with just one land,
Mm-hmm.
and that one extra card may not be that much of a difference, right?
Yeah.
But generally, I would say probably it could tilt you, an extra 10%, 10-15% in your favor.
Okay.
To win that game. Thanks for the comment there, Holler314. That was only because Rich was telling me earlier not to shout.
More than
He's
you.
a loud talker.
My guess is that yes, you probably have a punch.
Now, tapped blockers, they don't do damage, do they?
No. No, they shouldn't.
Mm-hmm. That is a point of contention in old school Magic, especially because of Mishra's Factory.
Mishra's Factory, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, because Mishra's Factory can be animated, and as long as it's not sick, it can tap to pump itself, make it a 3/3 blocker. Soul Ring is the only piece of the fast mana.
Mm-hmm. Right, so you have
That's
the option
unfair.
of playing Soul Ring or a Mox if you happen to own
Sure, you're running it as well.
Infinite
Okay.
Elves,
ahead.
it seems like it would be a good deck on paper, obviously,
Yeah.
since both of these players are in the finals. But, there can be decks like last month where, there's lots of fireballs and disintegrates,
Forest.
or, hypnotic specters, black knights, things of that nature.
Really popular deck right now actually is the Psychic Venom deck. You can 12 Psychic Venoms and some
Twiddles?
and some Twiddles.
Awesome.
A lot of people, different people play that, or you'll see like a lot of mono white with like Benevolent Heroes and Mesa Pegasus and
Mm-hmm.
I'll play an elf.
Pestilence would love to see a pile of elves.
Winter Orb,
Absolutely.
and I'll pass.
yes.
Winter
Nice.
Orb. All right, Winter Orb isn't so good in this matchup because of the number of elves. And
I like my
now
Winter Orb better
Steven
before you played
has
your Soul Ring.
Soul Ring and an elf.
Right.
Fair
He's probably
enough.
going to untap his mountain more than likely.
Yeah, that Juggernaut definitely a big advantage right now. Getting that out so
Okay,
early.
so he doesn't have a red
Draw.
spell in his hand, or he has a mountain.
Attack.
Okay, no blocks.
Really? He's gonna eat it.
Any
Hold on.
effect?
Hold on.
Oh,
I
okay.
have not finished my attacks. I'm deciding whether I want to attack with the other one.
Ah, okay.
Now, Joel's elf is sick, so
Yeah,
it can't tap for mana.
but it can block and
And it can.
No, just that.
Okay. No blocks. Any effects?
No effects.
that's a shocker. I was almost waiting for a double berserk on
Yeah.
that Juggernaut.
I'll murder both of your elves.
Seems like a
Ooh.
good play.
I guess he wanted to see if he can goad him into the
Go
corner.
ahead.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, cards like Fireball, Earthquake, Pestilence, things that can sweep those the 1/1s. It's so good.
I'll pass.
I like the sound of that. Draw.
5-second timeout by Northern Paladins for posting too many symbols in the stream.
Oh,
What did you
Actually,
do?
both. A berserk one.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to save me, but sure, I'll berserk the Juggernaut.
Okay.
Oh, you
Oh.
posted it. You
Put you at
posted a
5,
link.
8, 4.
Okay. Posted a link.
Right.
All right.
I'm at 4 now.
Yeah, because there's 1 plus 10. It's
Yeah.
11 damage.
wow.
Yeah,
All
4.
right. So here you go. He's using Berserk as removal, Rich, to get rid of the Juggernaut.
Nothing wrong with that, but he's still taking a whole ton of damage.
Taking a whole ton of damage.
All right. That's
It's
That-
dangerous territory.
yeah. There's a link that they were trying to post. So
Cards in hand?
I have 4.
Okay, I have 3.
Four life isn't a lot against
Go
guys
ahead.
that
No.
running Fireball.
No. I mean, we haven't seen any lightning bolts yet, but he may very well have those too. I mean, it is limited to 3 total in that you can have in your deck, but
Play Forest, pass.
lightning bolt is.
It is getting a little
still as
dark
good as
over there,
ever.
Joel.
Yeah, I'm trying to do some stuff now to make it a little lighter.
That's the winter orb you traded.
Lighter, but no glare.
I'll attack you with the elf.
Okay, no blocks.
Okay, then lightning bolt you.
Okay.
Brutal.
Yep, there was
All
the
right,
bolt.
See, now
Fireball
we're
seems
1-1.
pretty good against
We
you.
are. All right, we're going to
Yeah.
game 3.
As you can see, with the format, it's very draw dependent, and that's part of what makes it so interesting. It's not necessarily just a strict.
Pretty interesting game so far, actually. Lots of decisions.
There is a lot of variance based on how you draw.
Well,
Yeah,
this is
Winter
what
Orb's not
everybody
great
wanted,
against
though.
you.
It's
So good
better
against a lot
when
of decks.
when we have 3
Well, when you
games
have a
with
million
best of
elves,
3.
Winter Orb is insane.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Yeah, that light does make it better.
Hopefully everybody can.
Or
hear
when
me
you have
okay.
Icy Manipulator,
Yeah.
it's also a thing.
Yeah. Well, you saw I had one of those.
Yeah, Ice
I
Manipulator in
assume
the
you do as
format
well.
is fantastic. Now, against a deck like Joel's, which is just a whole bunch of 1/1s that he
I
power
normally
plays after
wouldn't have played
attacking,
it, but I wanted people to
not
be able to see
as
it.
good, as
'Cause I
as,
didn't
say,
have a
versus
way to
somebody
not
who's
win,
got
but-
Sarah Angels and Shivan Dragons.
Ice
and things like
Ice
that,
is just
but-
too cool not to play. Such a neat card.
And as soon as the match is done, I will definitely reveal the deck lists. But
Yeah.
at the request of both players, they asked that we don't reveal the deck lists until after the match is over.
Right. Which I think kind of keeps it mysterious.
Yeah, definitely. It's just like back in the old days where you weren't allowed to spectate matches
Right.
back then, and
All right, good luck.
couldn't get that
You do.
advantage
Final
of,
game.
of spectating.
I will be on the
or
play.
whatnot. They had rules that you had to leave
7.
the tournament area and you
Wow.
couldn't watch matches.
Oh man.
So, yeah, you could end up getting game losses. You could get your friends kicked out of tournaments.
Okay.
by trying to watch
I have a key.
tournaments because there
Oh, hold
was
on. I've got to check.
rules against
Yep.
scouting.
I do vaguely
All right,
remember
this
that.
is good.
Okay, draw. Forest, Elf, pass.
I bet the league organizers didn't expect they'd be having
Wow. What
elves
a,
Forest
duels
elf,
in the
forest
finals.
what a shocking
Go ahead,
play
Bill.
here in
Yeah.
Game 3.
Mm-hmm.
Forest, Elf, 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 pass.
Oh,
Nice.
That is all
That's cool.
the
Wow.
elves. All right. Remember, there are no sideboards in Alpha
Only I had a
40.
force of nature.
So it's not
I
like
hope you play
Steven
them.
can all of a sudden have an earthquake and just deal with everything.
Right.
If he doesn't have it in his main deck, and he doesn't get to use it, and if he
Play now.
does have it, it's only a one of.
Yeah. And it might hurt him more than it helps him
It could,
with what he's playing.
especially on the draw.
Yeah.
Cards in hand? 3?
Yes.
Quad Elves in turn 10. Paladins 93. Yep.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. Seeing Steven
All
take
right,
some time
untap.
to decide.
Draw.
This could end up being a pretty brutal turn.
It could be. I mean, he played a lot of elves, which doesn't necessarily leave him a lot of ammo in hand, but
Forest. Combat.
But we've seen
Sure.
that he's got giant growth, and obviously
Swing with everybody.
he's going right in for the swing.
he's going in.
No blocks.
No blocks.
All right, I'll let you take 4.
Okay.
16.
Let me guess. An
Play an
elf.
elf, and I'll pass.
Okay.
Interesting.
2 cards in hand. So either he's got lands or he's got pump spells, probably.
Right.
But
Very,
is
very interesting takes on what is essentially a very similar concept here between these guys.
yeah, definitely so. You see that Steven has never had problems getting his red mana, and he does have fireballs in his deck.
Well, contrary to everyone's belief, who may not know, this is not typically the decks you see in the finals. Actually,
Yeah.
it seems to be a bit different each month.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I remember was it maybe 2 months ago? There was almost in a similar situation to this, almost mirror blue-white decks.
Mm-hmm.
All right, untap
So
draw.
there's a lot of different things in the format that can be good and interesting and fun.
Cards in hand.
Right.
And the meta
Got four.
kind of continues
Okay.
to evolve, so to speak.
Right. Well, interesting enough, right here. Steven tapped his mountain and left his elf up. So chances are he wants to block with that elf.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw that he
I'll
does have
swing with
lightning
my
bolt in
elves.
his deck. So
Block one with Juggernaut.
if he had a lightning bolt, he would have probably tapped his elf.
All right, I'm going to giant growth the one you blocked.
Okay.
Okay, so that's a 2-for-1.
Yeah, but getting that Juggernaut out of there that's a
So
good
you
deal.
take 4.
Correct. And the 12.
Still a big chunk of life to be taking right there.
Right.
And Joel still has 2 cards in hand, and I'd be willing to bet that.
Elf.
Oh,
Pass.
Hey, another elf.
All
All
right.
right.
All right. Well, maybe he doesn't have
Wow.
another giant growth.
They just
Very
keep coming. You can fireball 3 of them away, and they just keep coming.
They just keep coming.
Now, Steven can go elf here.
This is super, super interesting. Wow.
Anson would be proud.
I need
Absolutely.
to think about this for a second.
All the elves.
Mm-hmm.
I don't normally play this many
Do
elves.
some back of the
think I'm doing
envelope
it
math here.
And maybe.
Got my pen and paper.
I have 8 total alpha cards in my collection, so I'm
I'm at
32 cards away
at
from
12.
an alpha 40 deck. But I do have 2 islands, and I have 1
You
blue
have 5
card.
elves in play.
So,
Is that correct?
5 elves, 1 card.
Probably
in
can
hand.
get a cast.
Yeah. No, I can't.
Oh, you don't
It's,
have enough?
No, it's Phantasmal Forces. It costs 4.
Ah.
So,
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Now you see the kind of gameplay slowing down here as they're trying to strategize and do their math.
mhm. But again, when Joel has cards in his hand and he's got
You said
pump
1 card,
spells-
is that right? Sorry, I
Yep.
just wanted to go.
1.
Okay.
Are we going to see a channel fireball here? 2 green?
Yeah, I'm going to play channel.
Oh, okay. So he's going to wipe the board. It's not
Okay.
going to be a lethal fireball
Okay.
here, but he is going to probably pay enough life so he can wipe the board. Get rid of all of Joel's elves.
Or what if he's using it to maybe cast some Juggernauts?
Yeah, that could be too. But,
It's an unusual use for channel,
Mhm.
I'll admit, but wiping the elves out would probably be the better play if he has that.
It would cost me 10 life to kill all of those things, right?
Okay.
Because it's 2 for each one. I could pay 9. And I just
That's
died a
right.
hurricane. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pay 8 life, taking myself to 4, and then try and fireball all of your guys.
wow, huge fireball here.
That seems like the most logical thing to me.
Wow.
Okay.
And Joel lets them all go.
I wonder what he had in hand.
And then I guess
Probably another elf.
attack you for 1 since there's
Could've
no
been a berserker,
hasty in this
I would say.
format.
You got it.
Yeah, there's
Go
nothing
ahead.
with haste in alpha, right?
Boy.
Okay.
Well,
draw.
let me think. Nether Shadow.
Elf.
No
Okay.
way.
Instill Energy.
Pass.
All right.
Well, Instill Energy will give something haste.
True. Yep. That was huge for Steven
Wow.
right there.
That was a
That was a great heads up play there.
gamble play.
No, he shouldn't have burned for 1. He put it all into the fireball. He paid 8 life, paid 2 green mana and 1 red,
Yeah.
and put it all into the fireball and split it among the targets.
Hmm.
How many cards do you have left?
I have 3 cards in my hand.
Okay.
Have to worry about whether you have a hurricane. You have 1 card in hand, right?
1 card.
Right.
All right.
I get it. You're saying that he paid extras. He only needed to pay 10.
Critical roll
But he
decision.
paid
This
11.
might be the most
but it
important
rounds
decision I
down,
make.
so it doesn't matter. He announced the fireball. He was using all of his mana for the fireball.
Hmm.
Yeah, the first elf is free. Yep, you are correct. But again, he. Right. Doing it for 11 makes no difference.
Right. Interesting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we could have been at 5 here.
Now, if that ends up making the difference later.
Regardless, it was still an awesome play.
It was cool. That was pretty fun.
Right.
I mean,
4 mana. Do you think he's got an Icy Manipulator here or another Juggernaut? Obviously, he's playing around Hurricane.
I mean, I think if he had the Juggernaut, he would have been a little quicker to drop it, and he wouldn't have been thinking so hard.
But he's been talking about Hurricane for 3 turns now.
I think he's worried about Hurricane.
Yeah.
I'm going to play a 4-mana spell. Let's see. I'm going to play...
Okay.
Mana spell.
So he does have more than one option here. So it's probably going to be Juggernaut or Icy.
Mhm.
But I think that Icy is actually a good play here.
Just one card.
Because he could
Right.
attack for... He could cast the
Let's play
Icy,
Icy Manipulator.
attack with one of the elves,
Okay.
and then
Go ahead. In
use
your
his other
upkeep, I'll
elf
tap
to
your,
tap during
your elf.
upkeep. Oh, he's not even
Okay,
attacking.
I'll
him.
draw.
He's just holding it back. Okay.
Interesting. Oh, okay. He's doing it during his upkeep. I get
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Play a forest, and I'll pass.
All right.
Okay.
Well, Steve's chance here to whittle him down.
God, man.
%, Joel has that Hurricane.
Bet
Bet
money.
He might. You never know.
He's kicking himself that his elf got tapped.
Yeah. I mean, you would expect nothing less, though.
If he has the Hurricane, because that would have been it.
Mm-hmm.
He's 1 mana shy.
Oh, yeah. Jade Statue. Steven played a bunch of Jade Statues last month.
Play a Jade Statue.
There you
Oh, there
Okay.
it is. Wow, somebody called that.
Mhm.
Get
That on the
studio
screen.
heads.
go. Nice. Good call on that.
I'll just attack you with this.
Okay. No blocks. Take one.
You after?
1
18.
18.
Interesting.
Go ahead.
Jade
In your
Statue's
upkeep, I'll
interesting
tap
choice
your
in
elf.
this deck.
Okay. I'll draw.
So he would need a land and a Hurricane to win right here.
I'll pass.
Oh boy.
Interesting.
Okay, so this could end up being really, really huge.
Draw.
Think Steven can come back from this?
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's got control of the board.
He definitely has control of the board. He's got 3 cards in hand.
I fireball your elf.
Ooh.
Did we just
Okay.
lose Steven?
Did my
just lost
armor
Steven.
just go out?
Yes.
Hold on a second.
I guess.
Here we go.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay. There we go. Sorry about that. What happened?
I'm giant growthing my elf in response.
Okay. That's
Good play.
fine. You have 1 card left in hand, right?
1 card left.
Okay.
I'm sure he wishes he was able to keep that
Going
giant growth
to
for something else.
animate statue
Mm-hmm.
and attack you for 5.
Okay.
Now, before the match, Steven messaged me and he told me that PG&E,
All right.
which is the
Go
other
ahead.
company
In your
out there,
upkeep, I see your elf.
due to the heat,
Okay.
they're experiencing rolling brownouts. So I wasn't sure if we lost him because of that. That would have actually been pretty terrible
Yes.
if we lost him because
gonna be
of
close,
a rolling
Joel.
brownout right then and there.
Wow.
So the DRT 509 says that he thinks he was sitting on a berserk.
Hmm.
Now, if he had the berserk, do you think it would have been good to
Berserk's,
I don't think the camera
Jade
actually
statue.
went
Berserk's a Jade
blink.
just get rid of it?
get rid of it, yeah.
Okay.
Because that's the only way for green to get rid of
Hmm.
Jade Statue, right?
right?
I mean,
Except for blocking.
You have 2 cards in hand?
2 cards.
oh, does he have that Disrupting Scepter?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking earlier.
Disrupting
just
Scepter
keep
would be
asking.
really, really big right here.
This is getting pretty intense, huh? So I could
More
attack
so
you.
for you than for me.
Huh?
More so for you than for me.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm trying to
Joel
play
had
around
double
the
hurricane. I
hurricane
think he
here.
would have
That's-
cast one of the
that's problem.
hurricanes by now.
Yeah.
So let's see. You're at 13. That's 3 swings. The way things are set up now. I can attack for 5 right now. That'll put you to 8. Oh, or I can, yeah. You beat 8, right? Yeah, you beat 8. Okay, I know what to do then.
Uh-oh.
Do I? See, 5.
Getting down to the nitty gritty here.
This
Yeah.
is tough. 5. 10. Jeez.
I wonder if Joel's, maybe regretting throwing all those elves out.
Tough call
Those
here.
extra elves. Not maybe
I think I
holding
have
them
to
back.
put pressure on your
I
life.
mean,
though.
but are you expecting, a channel to wipe your table?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah,
Alright.
a lot of people talk through their
Yeah,
turns
yeah.
in old school Magic too, not just Alpha
Okay.
40.
I've had people even show me.
I'll animate the Jade statue and attack you for 5.
Okay.
He's coming in for another 5.
Let me just double check that. I may hold back 1 elf. Let's see. So if I attack you for 4, that would put you at 9, right? See.
Oh, he's doing fireball math
Mine.
here.
Next turn would be a 4.
He just needs to dodge a hurricane for one more turn. This is where that 1 extra life comes into play.
Mm-hmm.
That would be 9. Jeez. Okay. Yeah, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to. Sorry, this is tough. I've animated this. 3, 4.
I was sitting here with bated breath waiting to see what he does.
Wish I knew what was in his hand, because obviously, knowing that, we could understand why he's making the decisions that he's making.
Well, that's why we'll just watch it again later.
Yeah, I'm going to attack you with all 5.
Okay. I have no effects. So I'll go to 8.
Yeah.
No effects. Yeah, if he
All
had
right.
preserve.
You can go in your upkeep. I'm going to tap your elf again. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll just leave it tap. I'll
Joel
draw.
really needs to draw something helpful here.
Yep. Even blockers.
Yeah.
I'll pass.
Wow.
Oh, man,
So he probably has a
think
he
we're out
probably
of
has a
hurricane
handful of
danger
pump
now.
spells right
Which
now.
was my main objective,
That's rough.
right? Okay. Animate.
Yep.
Animate swing. Does he have
Attack
the
you
lightning
for
bolt for the win?
5.
Yep.
You're a 3, right?
Yep.
Uh-oh. Or does he have a fireball?
He
All
could-
right. Go ahead.
Oh,
in your
you didn't
upkeep,
have
I'll tap
either.
your elf.
Okay.
Actually, don't go ahead. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna play this Disrupting Scepter,
Sure.
and then
Yeah,
go
we knew
in
he
your
was sitting
upkeep.
on
I'll
that
tap
for
your
a
elf.
while.
Yeah.
Okay. I drew my second hurricane. So,
Oh.
land. So I guess if I had partial hurricane earlier for
Yeah.
1, then I could have hurricaned into a draw.
Wow.
You got it.
Good games.
Wow,
Yeah.
that was
Good game.
yeah. So
Excellent
I mean,
games.
he's running 3 hurricanes.
Wow.
So he could have done a
That was
smaller
intense. My last
hurricane.
part was
Amazing.
another Jade statue.
What a game. But if he had done the hurricane earlier, like he
Yeah,
just
I don't
suggested,
expect to win
he
too
would have
many
been
games
dead.
that go
He
that
was down to
long,
3
but,
as it was at the end there.
The hurricane.
Oh yeah,
The
hurricane. kills
Hurricanes
himself,
won me
too.
so many
Yeah.
games where
Oh
I
yeah.
blow my hand before my opponent
Force or rolled for
stabilizes,
the win.
and then hurricane for 3 or 4 or 5.
Well, here's the bad. So I have 1 hurricane in here because I only own 2 lightning bolts.
This is always
So
part of the
here's
match.
the
I
bad
love.
news for you.
Let them talk and share information.
Yeah.
Got all the fireballs.
4 fireballs.
Yeah, I mean, a
5.
lot of times I just
5
need one of them
fireballs,
to
yeah.
live,
True.
right?
Yeah.
I'm running 8 giant growths and 3 berserks, so I just drew an overwhelming number of
8 giant
elves.
growths.
Love your deck. How many elves do you have?
12.
That's awesome.
Gentlemen, those were some really, really good games. Wow, that was amazing.
Insane.
Yeah. So,
Definitely a nail biter.
I'm gonna bring Joel's deck up first. All right, and I have the little correction on the screen as well, Joel, because your die showed the 10 for us instead of the 11. But 12 elves, 11 forests, an emerald, 8 giant growths, 3 berserks, 3 hurricanes, a chaos orb, and a winter orb. That is insane.
It's pretty wild. I mean, what's really interesting to me is like, it's just how simple. It's simple and it works.
Both of these decks, though, have a lot of decision making. I mean, Joel had a lot of decisions to make. Does he
Yeah,
attack?
definitely so.
Does he save his giant growths for my fireballs? Does he use it aggressively? Does he block? Does
Right.
he hurricane? It was really intense.
And then I've got your deck on the stream right now, Steven. You don't have quite as many elves as he did.
Mm-hmm.
You drew a bunch of them in the one game, but not so many in other games. Jade Statue, that is so huge.
The
It's a
6
big
toughness
card.
is just it's enormous and really hard to deal with in alpha.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you basically have to have artifact removal, or you have to team block it with a whole bunch of stuff. Or,
Right.
Yeah, little bit more dynamic. You got some spicy stuff there. This
I got to play.
creature.
I got to play Channel, which was awesome, but it
Yeah.
wasn't for a fireball at his head.
Right. Now,
Right.
one thing is you paid 1 extra mana because the first elf would have been free, and had he hurricaned, had he drawn a land so he could hurricane, it would have ended up being that 1 point of life that you paid extra. That would have ended up costing. Thankfully, it didn't cost you that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't
Because-
realize I paid extra. I thought I calculated.
Yeah,
the
you
red.
paid 10 total mana into it, and you only had to pay 9 because the first one's
No,
free.
you paid 11.
Oh.
You paid 11. Sorry, you paid 11 into it.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah, you paid 10 colorless into it, so it would have been 5 total. 5
Oh, that's
for
right.
damage, 4 to split.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
which
what-
would have been.
That's what I was trying to figure out is
Yeah.
the fireball map. I've never played fireball with 5 targets.
5
Right.
targets. Yeah, and that would have left you at 5 life,
Mhm.
which I mean that could have been a game
Luckily,
changer.
I played my way out of it, right? Because I
Yeah.
attacked with just enough to get him out of hurricane.
I mean, that game could have so gone either way.
Right, definitely
Yeah.
so. Definitely.
Now, channel's
I mean, I was
restricted
debating
card.
when I played the icy. I was debating playing Jade Statue.
Hmm.
That was the big decision: is do I play Jade Statue or icy? And I think the icy was the right call because of hurricane. That's what
Yeah,
was ultimately
definitely.
decisive for me.
Right, because he would have had 5 mana on board, and that would have been it.
Right. Yeah, that was definitely pretty cool. Definitely fun to watch. I definitely appreciate you guys allowing me to do this.
Absolutely.
Now, for those who don't know, Joel sent me a video deck tech. So what it is I have that video scheduled to go live on YouTube in about an hour and 15 minutes. So I will post the link to that in the chat, which I'll do that right now. It's not live yet, so you aren't going to be able to see it. But save this video, and you'll be able to watch the deck tech of Joel's deck, and then you'll be able to see it on my YouTube channel later on. Now, this was one heck of a match, so what I'm going to do is obviously I will convert this to a file and put it on YouTube, and I'll share
Definitely.
that on social media as well.
Yeah, and
So-
we'll get that uploaded on the Alpha 40 group. And for anybody who's still watching and isn't otherwise aware, we do have an Alpha 40 Facebook group. You can just do a search for it. It's called Alpha 40 Magic the Gathering Worldwide, and or Magic the Gathering Alpha 40 Worldwide. I'm not even sure.
I'm not sure. Steven,
But,
congratulations! Like last
yeah.
month, you did very, very well, but got knocked out right in the knockout rounds.
Yeah.
So
Thank you, Drew, for organizing, the alpha players, and thank you to the league organizers, Peter and others. This has been, the most fun I've had playing Magic in a long time, and it's been super fun during this pandemic to be able to play with real cards. So
oh yeah,
just want to
definitely.
shout out
Hear
the
that.
organizers.
Yeah, I
Peter,
second that.
Peter Edwards. If I could just mention their name: Peter Edwards,
Mhm.
Drew Epstein. Who else am I missing?
You got Joe Freshwater, Michelangelo Russo, Jason Kinney. These are all guys that help. Scott Latham, Kip Anderson, they help with the rules
Yeah.
team. There's a
Just
whole
wanted
lot
to thank
of
them all.
there's a whole lot of people involved.
So tip of the cap to all of the people who worked so hard on this league. I really appreciate it. I've enjoyed it immensely.
Yeah. Well, I enjoyed watching those games, gentlemen. Thank you for allowing me to stream the games on my stream. I normally do Old School Magic on Tuesday nights, and it's an honor to be asked to do these other things as well. So, gentlemen, again, I appreciate it.
Thanks
Thank you
much.
very much for this. Stephen, congratulations. Joel, congrats on making it this far. Sorry that you got snuffed out right at the
Yeah.
end.
Well, Joel, you won last month, didn't you?
I did.
You did, yeah. See, you
He's
guys
already
are
got a trophy.
You guys are
Yeah.
top notch players.
There
I don't
you
know.
go.
I gotta up my game, I think. But no, this was a lot of fun to watch, and it was a lot of fun to watch live. It was funny. There was some discussion about whether we should do it live or record it and then post it, and I think live was definitely the way to go.
Right, definitely. We had 60 people in here watching it live.
Wow, that's
so
amazing.
you know, that's good. And who knows how many people will get to watch a replay on YouTube or whatnot. So again, gentlemen, thank you. I appreciate it. You guys have an excellent night. Enjoy the West Coast, and it's bedtime for us in the East Coast.
Yeah, that's for sure. And maybe we'll see you again soon here, if for in the future.
Yeah, I plan to see you again next month.
Yeah, all right, Joel.
There you go.
Oh, you got a little smack talk there.
All right.
All right.
There you go. Take care, guys.
Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.
All right, everybody. Well, that was it. There was definitely some good games of Magic. So, please stick around so that you can watch the YouTube video of Joel's Deck Tech at midnight tonight, and follow me on social media, and I will make sure that the YouTube video, once it's uploaded for this match, will be there as well. My regularly scheduled stream is Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. I play 3 rounds of Old School Magic with the Northern Paladins as part of the Tuesday night gauntlet. So please don't forget to follow, turn on those notifications so that you are that you know when it is that I go live. All right, so. Thank you very much from my stream. Thank you, Drew, for coming over and being a part of this.
Thanks for having me here,
yeah.
Rich. This was fantastic.
Yeah.
This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely so. And thank you to both Stephen and Joel for allowing us to stream this today. So you guys all have a great night, and we wish you the best, and take care.